well, I really don't like water. I want to wait until we go to the store and I can get my fruit punch or my whatever drink. And the other person, like, knows water's best, right? And so let's just say the one that doesn't want to drink the water and is waiting, kind of second guess herself and is like, okay, like I'm really thirsty, but I want to wait until we go to the store. And she leans towards the other person as a decision making, in a decision making way, or not knowing that she's connected to the other person or whatever. That other person, the friend or whatever, is going to quickly make the decision for her, because common sense, it's like you don't even have to think about it. It's like, yeah, like, yup, oh yeah, drink the water. But in a silently way, it's like one's asking a question to the other, and the fastest response is like 0.3 seconds. It's less than a second of the response, And so it's more than likely that 90% chance that that person that didn't want the water is going to drink the water. And so, that's kind of like to explain just an example of things. And then you put it into a different level of thinking and a way of doing things. And it's like, always be careful who you're hanging around with. Don't give your life to anybody, because you don't know their behavior issues. You don't know what they're jealous of. You don't know what their hidden part is. You don't know much of anything. And it can be very damaging to life in general. You can have something for a while, and then in less than a week or two, you can lose it all. And then you'll be looking at yourself, or you'll be talking to yourself like, whoa, what happened? What did I do? I didn't do nothing. You have those people out there like, I didn't do nothing, but I don't know what happened. And so these are those situations where something happens. And so there's so many causes and effect, that there's so many ways of things to where it works in different ways. Even if a person hasn't done anything, or they've had their little mishaps in a relationship, if the other person has an issue with their own relationship, then at this point we're talking about 4 people. It'd be, 2 couples, 2 different sets of, different sets of couples. So let's just say like one relationship's going well or whatever. They got minor issues, it's not so bad. Little mishaps here and there throughout the years, and then the other relationship of the couple can be like, they got a little bit more problems. They kind of argue a lot, and you just notice these little things. Well, when the girls get together, it's like they're literally gonna rub off of each other, and they're gonna vibe with each other. So if one of the girls' relationship is like decent, and there wasn't much complaining when throughout their relationship, but one of the other girls, has a problem with their husband or whatever, then it's gonna quickly send a signal to the other woman to think about all the things that they had a problem with in their marriage, even if they've overcome them. Even if they've analyzed them, and it's like, oh, I forgave that, or I forgave him for that, or I understand it, or I let go. A person can easily say, oh, I let go of that. It's not much of a big issue, or it's not that much of a deal. And then they're not noticing throughout, time, that every girlfriend they get around with, when that girlfriend has a problem in their relationship and they can't get over things, the other woman they ain't noticing that. Why am I keep on reflecting on this same event? Why do I keep reflecting on the same thing that happened in my marriage when I thought I got over it? Well, it would be because the other girl is sending a signal of basically making the other person think of negativity in their own marriage. And so it like constantly brings it up, constantly brings it up. And that's like a major issue, like in life, that a lot of people don't understand. This is just in relationships, relationships, friendships. Like, I guess, like, you can basically sum it up in the household, Um, when you get out of your household, like, work environment or whatever it is, yeah, that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother episode. So always be careful of manifesting and manifestations, because it's better to give the right thing, the positive thing, the good thing, whether it's good advice or, you know, uh, my son would always remind me about homeless people or people that were unfortunate. Like, we have some change in the console. And, if I had it, I had it. And we kind of just do that good deed for the day or whatever. And if I didn't, then I didn't. We weren't able to. But always learn the good parts of manifesting, because they go a long way, and the qualities can be extended throughout our life and our children's life and so forth. It's all about doing the right thing, the positive thing in life, making the right choice, making the proper decision, and all that. You want to try to veer from negativity and doing any type of negativity along the way, because even our behaviors manifesting, these are things that are hidden. These are things that are unknown. These are things that people are a little bit weary about believing or not believing or whatever. But it's all about being aware and noticing, right? And also be aware of the manifestation, because that's the part that it's like you're under control. You're going through your ups and downs. You're going through a roller coaster ride of an emotional distraught, and you don't know where it's coming from. You don't know what's going on. Like, you can try to do this and this, but it's like oh, one day is this, one day is that, and for me it was like, once you get out of a relationship and you're able to isolate yourself and basically just chill out and have some time to yourself, you start recognizing this stuff, because it's like, whoa, wait a minute, I'm isolated, I'm secluded, I'm not talking to much people. Where is all this coming from, right? And so it's easy to recognize it, like when you take that time out and you're able to kind of mellow out in life and have some time to yourself. But it's more difficult when you're always trying to stay busy, or you're always trying to have to communicate or have friends or whatever it is, gossiping with the women or men or whatever, going out and or trying to be friends with people or whatever it is, it gets more difficult and stuff like that. But it's like those two things. Like, it's like to make it or break it in life. It's like, one path can lead you one way, the other path can lead you another way. It's all about our decision making. It's all about our qualities. It's all about changing. Life is about changing. If we stay in a certain type of behavior so long and we're not aware of it and we're not noticing the purpose of it, then it's like, either it's got to go or it's got to stay. Like, we're doing this or we're doing that. Like, eventually somebody's going to have to make a move. Somebody's going to have to do something or whatever. So in order to be aware is in order to allow yourself to be aware. Like, are you putting too much out there, or are you not putting enough in? It's learning a balance between, and then from there it's like being able to communicate, responsibly. We all go through our ups and downs. We all have our issues. We all work them out the way we do. But if people knew about this, it's like, damn, could have saved a life. And that's what I'm trying to do. So hopefully the right people get this, and hopefully the right people can understand this and interpret it properly to where it helps them out, and they can kind of receive something that not too many people will receive, which is an understanding. So remember, manifesting versus manifestation.